Welcome to Metals 100 at PDAC 2025. We're so glad to have Jessie from G Mining Ventures. How are you doing today, Jessie?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Very good. Busy convention.
Yeah, great. So let's start it with a look back. So how was your last year's key achievements?
Yeah, so last year was a transformative year for us, really. So we, firstly, in April, we announced the acquisition of Reunion Gold for its Oko West flagship asset in Guyana. And then in July, we wrapped up that acquisition, with overwhelming shareholder support from both sides of the aisle, both companies. And then in September, we declared commercial production at our Tocantinzinho Gold Mine, which is in Pará State in Brazil. And so we are currently working on completing the ramp up on that mine to nameplate capacity.
Sounds great. So your company recently announced that there is an increase in the consolidated mineral resources. So what does that mean for your company?
Yeah, so I actually forgot to mention that because we did so much last year. In December, we also acquired another asset from BHP Billiton. It's called Gurupi Gold Project. It's in the Gurupi Gold Province in Brazil. Again, it's straddling Pará and Maranhão states. So that also came with, we announced the 43101 resource on that just last month, and that was 1.8 million ounces in the indicated category and then 0.8 in the inferred category. So that was a big addition to our resource base. And then out of the 63,000 ounces of gold we poured at the TZ or Tocantinzinho Gold Mine in Brazil, we fully replaced that reserve as well. So that's, we've obviously had some exploration success. And then, along with that acquisition of the Oko West Project in Guyana, that came with a big resource base as well. So we have 4.7 million ounces in the indicated category from there as well. So we basically multiplied our resource base by 4 times in the past year.
Fantastic. So about the CentroGold acquisition, I think that is a great move for your company. So what does that mean for your company? How will it strengthen your production portfolio?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So CentroGold, actually, we've decided to rename it to Gurupi Gold Project, which is what I was talking about, because it's on the Gurupi Gold Province. So we decided to go back to the basics and rename it Gurupi. That was a really great acquisition for us. Alt Minerals, which was one of the previous operators, already produced a pre-feasibility study that contemplated firstly, it came with 2.6 million ounces of resources kind of globally in the indicated and inferred category together. And in 2019, they published a pre-feasibility study that contemplated producing between 100 to 120,000 ounces of gold per year. I think it's over 10-year mine life. And so we're going back to the basics, going back to first principles to reevaluate that project and trying to make it a bigger project for us because, as a almost 200,000 ounce producer, obviously a new project only pouring 100,000 ounces, it's not really going to move the needle for us. So we're going to re-engineer and keep exploring that large land package. It's 2,000 square kilometers. So we'll keep exploring and re-engineer the project to make it even bigger. So that does slot in though after our Oko West project in Guyana. So right now we have a producing mine, Tocantinzinho. Oko West in Guyana, it's in the feasibility stage. So we're completing the feasibility study by April of this year. And Gurupi will be, we're treating it as advanced exploration for now. And so that's going to slot in as the third asset for the company, if we can make it upscale.
That sounds like a big step forward. So what about your company's key production for this year?
Yeah, so we provided guidance for the very first time in January of this year, and we're guiding between 175 to 200,000 ounces, and we're quite comfortable with reaching that target.
Great. So we've seen that your company's stock price recently increased in the early 2025. So what is the reason behind this?
I think it's a few different reasons. So firstly, rising water lifts all boats. So we're obviously in historic high gold price environment. So I think a lot of our peers are also seeing that benefit. And especially as a producer now pouring gold in the historic high, almost $3,000 an ounce gold price environment, we're generating a lot of free cash flow because we also guided that our AISC, all-in sustaining cost from Tocantinzinho is going to be from $9.95 to $11.25. So if you do the math, that's for every ounce that we produce, it's a lot of free cash flow. So I think investors are starting to kind of get that comfort as well. So high gold price, we're producing lots of gold at that high price, and then also obviously we're having some positive news flow coming out of Oko West as well. So investors are seeing that this is a fast-tracked project that can potentially be producing gold by the end of 2027.
Wonderful. That is a fantastic outlook for G Mining this year. So thank you so much for your insights to sharing with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.